Welcome to Cupola Corner's Beyond Basics, card classes for card makers. My name is Sandra, and today I'm going to show you how to create a tag booklet card from a single sheet of double-sided patterned paper. There are lots of similar designs out there. I'm hoping this version will make it easy for you to make a card that is beyond basics and that is suitable for multiple occasions. This class has been pre-recorded and you are invited to participate at your convenience. Each class has 4 steps for you to follow. Pause the video when you need to complete a step. Restart the video when you are ready to move on. Let's get started. Step 1 is to collect your materials and tools. To make this card, you will need a single sheet of 12-inch by 12-inch double-sided patterned paper. It should be non-directional with its pattern. Florals or geometric designs will work well. You will also need 1 or 2 sheets of coordinating cardstock. Depends on what you want to do with your tags that go in your book. You will also need a paper trimmer, a scoring tool, and that could be just the attachment for your paper trimmer. You will need a tape runner. Repositionable will work just fine. You will need some liquid glue, something that has a narrow tip that you can draw a really thin line with, and a glue pen would work well for that. Instead of glue, there are some places where you could use a really narrow double-sided adhesive tape. You will need a pencil, a ruler, a pair of scissors, an eraser, a bone folding tool, a tag punch, a 2-inch circle punch, and a corner rounding punch. A silicone mat is optional, works well with your repositionable tape runner. Step 2 is to prepare your papers. First, you're going to use a paper trimmer to cut your 12 by 12 piece of patterned paper to 12 by 8. So you're going to cut off a 4-inch strip. Next, take that 4-inch strip and cut it down to 3 7/8 inch wide. This will be your patterned paper tags, and they need to be that tall to fit into the pockets. You're going to take that strip and you're going to cut it into 4 2.5-inch pieces, and you will use these to make 4 tags for your tag booklet. You can use the corner rounder punch on the bottom of your tags. Next, you're going to score the larger piece of patterned paper. You're going to have the inside facing up. So this is going to be my inside for my booklet. And you're going to score it down the middle in both directions. So you can just lay it on your paper trimmer and measure 6 inches for the middle this way and 4 inches for the middle this way. Next, you're going to make a score that is 2 inches from each of these 8-inch ends. So one here and one here. The next step is to lay the piece of pattern paper in front of you and make all the folds. So when you do that, the easiest way to do it is to match up your corners and then use your bone folding tool to make sure you've got a nice even edge. And you're going to do that with all the folds. Then you're going to lay it down in front of you again with the inside facing up, and the bottom corners you're going to use a corner rounder punch on. So just take your corner rounder punch, put the corner in, snip it off. Make sure that you're using the same corner rounding punch that you used on your tags. Now you're going to take your ruler and pencil and you're going to draw a line on this bottom half of this fold. So this is the center of your paper in a center fold. You're going to draw with your ruler and pencil a line from the middle here down to the middle at the bottom. Use your ruler to draw the line. Use a pair of scissors to carefully cut up that line so that it's nice and even. You could use an X-Acto knife and a metal straight edge. This is going to be the top of the booklet when you are finished, so you want it to be nice and straight and even. If you are using a heavyweight paper, such as with this one, you will also need to make some additional cuts on the outer edge at this center fold. You're going to draw a line from the edge to the middle to cut a little wedge out. So you just use your pencil and your ruler. These are 1/16 of an inch from each side of the fold, so 1/8 of an inch total, and then you're going to trim that out. So you'll have a little wedge shape. You could also do it as a little rectangle and have a small rectangle in there. With the heavier weight papers, when you do your folding, you just knead it so that everything will lay flat. So step 3 is assembling your card. So you've got your paper folded, you've made your center bottom cut, you've made your side cuts if you're working with a piece of heavy cardstock. And the first thing you're going to do is fold in the two sides. So they're going to be folded in like that. And again, use your bone folding tool, line up your edges so that everything is nice and even and crisp. Next, you're going to fold the right half underneath the left side, like so. Now this is a really critical step, so be very exact. You want to make sure that your corners are matching, that your edges are matching. It may mean that you need to make some adjustments with your folding tool, your bone folder, but you want to make sure that everything is all lined up because this is going to impact the final look of your book. Then you're going to fold the bottom first layer up. And again, you're going to meet the top corner. Use your bone folding tool if you need to. Next, you're going to fold the bottom second layer under. And again, meet your corners. Use your bone folding tool if necessary to keep everything all nice and even. And now comes the tricky part. You're going to take the booklet and you're going to flip it towards yourself, so completely over, and then you're going to rotate it 90 degrees to the left. And if you've done that right, you should have 2 folds on the left. When you open it up, you should have your pockets. Okay? Awesome. Next step, we're going to glue. So you need to get your fine line glue or your glue pen. You're going to flip the top up and you're going to use a very thin line of glue on the L-shaped edges of the second layer. So there's down there and across there, so that's your L. So your book is here, you've checked it, you've got 2 sides here, you've got pockets on the bottom, and you open, you flip that up, and the glue is going to go from the fold all the way down. Oops. Where are we here? We'll try the glue pen. There we go. So a nice thin layer. And across the bottom as well. And then you're going to close it, matching everything up again, and seal your fold. So then you're going to open your booklet and you're going to glue the pocket edges. So you've got pockets here and you've got pockets here, and there are actually 4 pockets. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're going to glue here and here. So when you take this down, you're going to put some glue along this edge here, down this edge, down this edge, and down this edge. And flip that up. Make sure everything's lined up on all the edges. And close it up. Flip over to your next page. And same thing. So we're going to put some glue down this side. On either side of the center fold, and over here on the right, down to our rounded corner. Flip that up, match your fold, match your edges, and get it all glued into place. The next thing you should do is let the glue dry. We're not going to do that, but you probably should. When the glue is dry, you're going to take your 2-inch circle punch. That's why you need the glue to dry. Flip it over, and this center double page, which is the one that you glued together with an L shape, so it is open. Okay. You're going to take that and you're going to cut a half circle out with the punch. Now, be very careful when you do this, because you're going to use your punch to sort of eyeball where the center is. Now, this is the 2-inch mark of the 4-inch booklet, so I know I need to do that. And do not make it more than half the circle size. Do half a circle or slightly less, because what you are doing is you're making a spot to put a tag in the center, but you're also making this pocket a little bit smaller. So I usually go just, a little bit less than half, pop it out, and then you've got still space here and here for these pockets, but you've still got room here that you created inside for the extra pocket, or the extra tag, sorry. So you're going to take your glue again, and you're going to glue just this curved edge of the pocket, because this is where you, before you had glued straight up, so you've actually cut that off. So you want to glue in here and glue that edge down of that pocket, flip it over, do the same thing on this side, put a little bit of glue in there, and there. But again, let the glue dry. So what you want to do next is use your corner rounder punch, and you're going to round all the outside edges of your book, not the spine side, but the opening side. Okay, so you've got 2 edges here, 2 edges in the center, 2 edges on the back, and you want to round out those corners. You don't want to round out the spine, and you're going to leave the spine alone. So I'm going to take that and round those edges. Might be a little tougher in the center because you've got double layers there. And because my glue is still wet, that's a little bit sticky there, which is why this one is sticky as well. Right in the corner. And then you can just use your scissors to trim that up. I think I'm going to try this one again. And I'm going to trim this off. Just this little white piece that didn't come off because the glue wasn't quite dry. And if you let the glue dry, you shouldn't have that issue. So basically, your booklet is done. You've taken a single sheet of paper and you've turned it into this cute little booklet card, and now it's time to embellish and to make your tags. So you already have your tags that are matching, so you can tuck those in. Lots of space to write on the back. If you want to do any other embellishing with them, there's certainly no reason that you wouldn't go ahead and do that. But we're also going to make some additional tags with cardstock. So these are actually going to be little tag booklets, and they will fit in with your other tags. And to make those, you're going to cut 4 pieces of coordinating cardstock, and they can be in, as I said, 1, 2, or you could even use 3 or 4 colors if you wanted. You're going to cut them 5 inches by 3 7/8. You're going to score down the middle, and then you're going to fold. So again, corner to corner. And then you're going to put the whole thing into your tag punch. And then you're going to round your corners. And then decorate or embellish them. So you're going to make as many or as few as you want. I've made 2 in the pink for this booklet and 2 in the red. So they will, the red is a really close match, so they don't show up all that well. Okay. And what I did with these little booklets is, with this ones I had some extra pieces of the cardstock, and I just made a little mat for the tag booklet, and then put a punched out, that you would die cut flower that I used my Cuttlebug for, and then put a little gem on it as well. So you do have this inside pocket, and these can be 2.5 inches wide as well. but you will want to make it just a tiny bit shorter. So instead of 3 7/8, you're going to make these 2.5 by 3 3/4. And then it will fit in here. And it goes, remember you glued in here, it's down far enough that it'll stay inside. And if it's not, you go ahead and you make it a little bit shorter until it does, okay? You're ready to do any other decorating that you want to do. You can put decorations on the pockets, title on the front, or you could tie it, the whole booklet with a ribbon. You could use stickers, die cuts, any kind of themed ephemera, add a gift card, a note, or tickets. A small photo is another idea. Here's a Christmas one that I did some cutting on my mini Cricut. And another one there. This is another Christmas themed one that we're actually doing in our class. For this one here, I actually used the other 2 sizes of punch widths. And depending on the punch that you have for making tags, you can play around with the width of the papers that you need. This one was done with stickers, different sized tags, and then a die cut on the front. And here we have the most wonderful time of the year with lots of fall themed tags. And the most wonderful time of the year, of course, is pumpkin spice time. And another one here, another relax themed one here. So step 4 is to take a bow. It is time to take a bow. Congratulations on completing your Beyond Basics tag booklet card. Woohoo! You can follow Cupola Corner on Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube for Beyond Basics updates. If you aren't already a part of Coffee and Cards, which is Cupola Corner's card community, we would love to have you join this Facebook group, and there's a link in the description for this video for that group. I hope that this video has been helpful to you as you continue on your card making journey. So, until next time, happy card making!